Alright, so what we got today is a newer General Electric. It's from 2018. I think this is a high air product. Not positive, but it's not a Frigidaire style air conditioner. There's the cabinet and the foam, there's the grill. It's one of these with these stupid rubber covers over the buttons, which don't really do anything because they don't stay on. I don't know what the point of those is. Anyway, I've had this for a while. It's a super clean air conditioner. When I got this, it had a vibration to it in the fan, and I found a crack on the rear fan blade, which is only about an inch long, but that was enough to make it vibrate. So I put this aside for a long time. I had a real hard time finding another fan blade that fit in here properly. And I finally got one that fit. This one fits perfect. Now I turned it on and it's making like a weird startup noise. I'm going to turn it on now. Here, that's that's the noise. Maybe that's not a big deal and I'm overreacting. I'm not really sure. Here's high. You see, the fan sounds fine once it gets running. It just kind of sounds like it struggles to start up there. So, I'm getting real tired of looking at this one. So, I'm going to take that fan motor out. I really don't know how to fix anything else inside of a motor besides the bearings. Now, I do have some replacement washers and things. I could take a look at those. That's it. So, like I said, I could be overreacting. Maybe this noise isn't a big deal. It might run for years, and maybe that's not a problem, but it's really annoying me. Wait. No, just doesn't sound right to me. So anyway, we'll come back. Okay, so I'm looking at this rotor. This is not even. I didn't do this. It was inside the motor like this. So I just noticed that. This is supposed to be even. Otherwise this rotor is not lining up with the stator inside the cup. So I wonder if this thing is shifted or it was put together wrong. I don't know. So I already tried to tap this down with my hand. It's not moving. I tried going like this, and it's not loose or anything. But I'm gonna try to knock this down a little bit and see if that works. All right, I got this rotor a little evened out. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's a little more even than it was. I suspect this is the whole problem with it. So, I tried slamming this down on my hand onto the wood. It, had no effect on it. What did I do here? All right, I tried hammering on this part with a rubber mallet, but it didn't budge. So I stuck it on the edge of the wood here. I don't want to hit the bearing. Wait a minute here. Which side? Oh, I was doing this side. Yeah, I stuck it on the wood on this side. I had the nut on here, and I had that piece of plastic over the nut, and I just kept whacking that, and eventually it moved. So I think we're pretty close to the middle. I'm going to put this back together, and we'll see if it's any better. All right, so got the fan back in. I still got to fix this wiring right, and I got it all hooked up. So I haven't turned it on yet, so I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. Low. Oh, that is beautiful. All that noise is gone now. So this is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm quite happy that actually worked. Let's start it up again. No noise whatsoever. No, it's perfect. So that is awesome. You know, I was about ready to give up on this and scrap it, but that was the whole problem. That came from the factory like that, because all I did originally to this was take the blades off, and these are the kind that, you know, they attach with a bolt. I didn't have to do any pounding. They slide right off. They come off really easy on this. I did not take that motor apart before. So it came from the factory like that. That's a defect. Um, that's how it came out of the factory. The thing, that rotor in here was not lined up with the stator, and it was like down here. Like a quarter of that was not lined up with the stator. So yeah, this stuff's junk. Yep, no noise at all. That's it. Perfect. That's how it should sound. And that rotor was on the shaft really tight. I mean, I really had to hit that hard with the hammer to get it to move. So I think it came from the factory like that. You know, it's a high air. This is a piece of junk. So if you've got a weird noise at startup, or maybe while the fans are running, you get any noises, maybe you want to check the alignment there of the rotor, especially on the newer one. So there you go. Finally got this piece of junk working, so quite happy. That is beautiful. It's perfect now. So there you go. We finally got something fixed. So I will see you next time.